Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and curious minds, welcome. You know, when you look at a world map, some countries jump out at you. They're big, they're loud, they take up a lot of space. And then there are the quiet ones, the tiny dots you might almost miss. But let me tell you, sometimes those tiny dots pack the biggest punch. Today, we embark on an exciting journey to discover the marvels of a tiny nation that has made an enormous impact on the world, Singapore. It's a place that went from a small trading post to a global powerhouse in just a few decades, which is like your quiet cousin suddenly becoming a tech billionaire. You're happy for them, but also, how did they do that? Known for its stunning skyline, rich multicultural tapestry, and innovative spirit, Singapore is a country that constantly surprises and inspires. It's a city where you can see the future in a super tree grove and taste centuries of history in a single bite at a hawker center. It's a place that proves you don't need a lot of land to have a lot of ambition. They've basically taken the idea of thinking outside the box and applied it to an entire country, which, geographically, is kind of a box. It's a beautiful, mind-bending contradiction. So, get comfortable, maybe grab a snack, though probably not chewing gum. We'll get to that, because this is going to be fascinating. We're about to dive deep into a place that defies expectations at every turn. It's a story of vision, discipline, and a little bit of magic, all squeezed onto one incredible island. So, fasten your seatbelts as we explore 20 mind-blowing facts about this incredible city-state. Now, when you think of a super-developed, high-tech city, you probably picture steel, glass, and concrete, right? Like something out of Blade Runner. But Singapore flips that script completely. They call it the Garden City. And they are not kidding, it's like Mother Nature and a city planner had a baby, and that baby is obsessed with feng shui. They have woven green spaces into the very fabric of the urban landscape. It's not just about having a few parks here and there, it's a national philosophy. From the iconic Super Tree Grove at Gardens by the Bay, which looks like something straight out of Pandora from Avatar, to the sprawling Singapore Botanic Gardens, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the commitment to greenery is everywhere. It's almost a competition with the buildings. You see a skyscraper, and right next to it, a vertical garden climbing up its side, as if to say, anything you can do, I can do greener. They have park connectors, rooftop gardens, and nature reserves that are home to an incredible amount of biodiversity. This isn't just for looks, it's a deliberate strategy to improve the quality of life, cool the city, and maintain a connection to nature. In a place with so many people, they realize that a little bit of green goes a long way in keeping everyone sane and happy. It's a concrete jungle that's more jungle than concrete. Let's talk about personal space. For some of us, it's a sacred concept. In Singapore, it's more of a suggestion. This place has one of the highest population densities in the world. We're talking about nearly 6 million people living on an island that's smaller than New York City. To put that in perspective, it's like throwing a massive party in a studio apartment and then deciding to run a country from it. You'd think it would be chaotic, crowded, and messy, a constant battle for elbow room on the sidewalk. But that's where Singapore works its magic. Somehow, despite the density, the city runs with incredible efficiency and remains spotlessly clean. It's a masterclass in urban planning. They build up, not out, with stunning high-rises and interconnected infrastructure that makes getting around a breeze. They manage resources with pinpoint precision. It's so well organized that you often forget you're sharing the island with millions of other people. It's a testament to the idea that it's not about how much space you have, but how you use it. They've turned a potential challenge into a showcase of human ingenuity. If you've ever been stuck in traffic, fuming, late for an appointment, and wishing you could just teleport, you need to see Singapore's public transport system. It's the closest thing to teleportation you can get. Their mass rapid transit or MRT system is the stuff of legend. It's efficient, it's clean, it's affordable, and it's almost always on time. You could set your watch by it. In many cities, taking the subway is a gritty, unpredictable adventure. In Singapore, it's like a spa day for your commute. The trains are pristine, the stations are air-conditioned, and the whole network is designed with an almost psychic understanding of where people need to go. And it's not just about convenience, it's a core part of their green strategy. By making public transport so good, they encourage people to leave their cars at home. This reduces traffic congestion and cuts down on carbon emissions, which is a huge deal for a dense city. The system is constantly expanding, reaching further into every corner of the island. It's a network that connects not just places but people, making the entire country accessible. It's a reminder that the best technology isn't always the flashiest. Sometimes, it's the one that just works perfectly every single day. Here's a riddle for you. How do you become one of the wealthiest countries in the world when you have absolutely no natural resources? No oil, no diamonds, no vast farmlands. The answer is Singapore. You build your empire on the one resource you can actually create: brainpower. This country's story is honestly one of the most remarkable economic transformations in modern history. Back in the 1960s, it was a developing nation with, a pretty uncertain future. Today it's a global titan of finance, technology, and advanced manufacturing. They didn't dig for gold in the ground, they cultivated it in their people. They invested heavily in education, creating a highly skilled workforce. They established a stable, corruption-free government and created laws that made it one of the easiest and safest places in the world to do business. This attracted massive foreign investment and the world's biggest companies. They focused on high-value industries, from producing complex electronics to managing the wealth of Asia. Singapore proved that a country's greatest asset isn't what lies beneath its soil, but what walks upon it. It's a powerful lesson in vision, strategy, and sheer determination. Singapore is not just a country, it's really a human mosaic. It's one of the most culturally diverse places on the planet, a true melting pot where different traditions don't just coexist. They blend together to create something entirely new and vibrant. The population is a mix of majority Chinese with significant Malay, Indian, and Eurasian communities, plus a huge expatriate population from all over the world. Walking through the city is like, honestly, taking a world tour in a single afternoon. You can explore the bustling streets of Chinatown, immerse yourself in the vibrant colors and scents of Little India, and then experience the rich heritage of the Malay community in Kampong Glam. This multiculturalism is enshrined in their national identity. They have 4 official languages: English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. You see it in their food, their festivals, and their public holidays, which celebrate the traditions of all major ethnic groups. The national motto, Majulah Singapura, which means Onward Singapore in Malay, is a call for all citizens, regardless of race or religion, to move forward together. It's a delicate balancing act that they manage with incredible grace, creating a society that is both diverse and deeply unified. Singapore really knows how to build an attraction. They don't just do a zoo, they do a zoo so good that the animals probably write rave reviews on TripAdvisor. And then they decided, what if we did it at night? And so, the world's first night safari was born. It's a completely different experience seeing nocturnal animals in their naturalistic moonlit habitats. You're on a tram, rolling through the dark, and suddenly you see a Malayan tiger prowling, or a fishing cat just doing its thing. It's thrilling and honestly a little bit spooky, in the best way possible. And that's just the beginning. The Singapore Zoo itself is renowned for its open concept design, where animals live in spacious enclosures separated from visitors by moats and other natural barriers. Then there's the Jurong Bird Park, a paradise for bird lovers, and the Sea Aquarium, which is like diving into the ocean without getting wet. These aren't just tourist traps, they are world-class conservation and research centers. Singapore's approach to wildlife attractions is the same as its approach to everything else: innovative, immersive, and executed to perfection. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room: the rules. Singapore has a reputation for being strict, and, well, it is. This is a country that takes order and cleanliness very, very seriously. The most famous rule, of course, is the ban on importing chewing gum. Yes, you heard that right, you can't just buy a pack of gum at the corner store. The story goes that it was causing problems by being stuck on MRT train sensors, so they just banned it. Problem solved. It's a very direct approach to problem solving, but it goes beyond gum. There are hefty fines for littering, for smoking in unauthorized areas, for jaywalking, and even for not flushing a public toilet. To an outsider, it might seem a bit much. But you cannot argue with the results. The streets are unbelievably clean. There's a sense of safety and order that is palpable. The strict laws are part of a social contract. In exchange for some personal freedoms, you get to live in a pristine, safe, and highly functional society. It's a trade-off that, for the most part, has worked spectacularly well. In many major cities around the world, housing is a crisis. It's unaffordable, scarce, and a constant source of stress. Singapore saw this problem coming decades ago and decided to tackle it head-on with a uniquely Singaporean solution, the Housing and Development Board, or HDB. This isn't your typical public housing. Over 80% of Singapore's resident population lives in HDB flats, which are well-built, well-maintained, and most importantly, affordable and owned by the residents. It's a system of public homeownership on a massive scale. But the HDB system is about more than just putting a roof over people's heads. It's a tool for social engineering in the best sense of the word. Each housing block is designed with a mix of ethnicities to encourage social integration and prevent the formation of ethnic enclaves. The estates are designed as self-contained communities with their own markets, food centers, schools, and parks. It fosters a sense of community and shared identity. The HDB flat is a cornerstone of the Singaporean dream, providing stability and a stake in the nation's success for almost every citizen. If global finance were a party, Singapore would be the VIP lounge where all the biggest deals are made. The city-state has firmly established itself as one of the world's leading financial centers, standing shoulder to shoulder with giants like New York, London, and Hong Kong. Its strategic location, bridging the time zones between Europe and Asia, means that business is happening here 24/7. It's a powerhouse for banking, wealth management, and foreign exchange trading. Trillions of dollars flow through this tiny island every single year. What's the secret sauce? It's a combination of factors that create a perfect storm for business. A stable political climate, a transparent legal system, low corporate taxes, and a relentless focus on stamping out corruption make it a safe harbor for global capital. The government actively works to create a pro-business environment, cutting red tape and making it easy for companies to set up shop. This has attracted multinational corporations from every industry, making Singapore not just a financial hub, but a headquarters for business across all of Asia. Every country needs a good mascot. America has the bald eagle, China has the panda. Singapore has a fish lion, the Merlion. It's a mythical creature with the head of a lion and the body of a fish, and it is, honestly, quintessentially Singapore. It might sound a bit strange, maybe even like something a kid drew, but it's actually deeply symbolic. The fish body represents Singapore's humble beginnings as a fishing village, which was known as Temasek. The lion head, on the other hand, represents Singapore's original name, Singapura, which means Lion City in Sanskrit. The iconic Merlion statue at Marina Bay, spewing water from its mouth into the river, is definitely one of the most photographed sights in the country. It's a must-see for any visitor, really, but it's more than just a tourist photo op. It's a symbol of the nation's identity, proud and courageous like a lion, yet deeply connected to its roots and the sea that gave it life. It perfectly captures the duality of Singapore, a nation that honors its history while roaring confidently into the future. It's weird, it's wonderful, and it's totally unique. Remember how Singapore built its success on brainpower? Well, that starts with education. And they are, honestly, very, very serious about it. The country boasts one of the highest literacy rates in the world, consistently hovering around 97 to 98%. This is really no accident. From a very young age, education is instilled as a top priority. The system is rigorous, competitive, and focused on producing not just good students, but also critical thinkers and problem solvers. The results speak for themselves, with Singaporean students consistently ranking at the top of international assessments in math, science, and reading. But this emphasis on learning doesn't stop after graduation. The government actively promotes lifelong learning and upskilling through various national programs, encouraging citizens to constantly adapt and improve. Public libraries are these state-of-the-art community hubs, filled with people of all ages. This culture of valuing knowledge is honestly the bedrock of their innovation-driven economy. It ensures that their most precious resource, their people, is always sharp, capable, and ready for the challenges of the future. When you live on a small island and import over 90% of your food, you really start to get creative about where you grow things. Singapore, in its typical fashion, looked at its urban landscape and saw a solution go vertical. The country is a pioneer in urban farming, including developing the world's first commercial vertical farms. These are basically high-tech farms stacked on top of each other in climate-controlled buildings, growing leafy greens and other vegetables using methods like hydroponics and LED lighting. It's farming, but for the 21st century. And this isn't just a novelty, it's actually a matter of national security. They call it their 30 by 30 goal, to produce 30% of the country's nutritional needs locally by the year 2030. You see these initiatives popping up everywhere, from large-scale commercial operations to smaller community gardens on the rooftops of HDB blocks. They are turning unused urban spaces, rooftops, car parks, any available concrete patch, into productive green spaces. It's a brilliant fusion of technology, sustainability, and community spirit, ensuring a fresher, more secure food supply for the future. For a country with no natural water sources, securing a stable water supply is, honestly, a matter of survival. You can't just hope for rain, right? Singapore tackled this existential threat with breathtaking innovation. One of their most famous solutions is called NEWater. The name itself sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, and honestly the technology is just as futuristic. So, what is NEWater? Well, it's high-grade reclaimed water, produced by purifying treated used water, or to be blunt, sewage, through multiple advanced membrane technologies, and then disinfecting it with ultraviolet light. The result is water that is ultra-clean, safe to drink, and, believe it or not, purer than what often comes out of taps in other countries. It's a closed-loop system, a perfect example of a circular economy. While most of it is used for industrial purposes, a small amount is mixed with reservoir water before being treated again and supplied to the public as tap water. You know, it has even overcome the psychological barrier of drinking recycled water through public education and sheer technological prowess. NEWater is a symbol of Singapore's self-reliance and its ability to turn a critical vulnerability into a world-leading strength. Singapore isn't just a smart city, it's arguably the smartest city in the world. They're using technology not just for show, but to actively improve the lives of their citizens in real time. The island is like a living laboratory for smart nation initiatives. We're talking about a vast network of sensors and cameras that collect data on everything from traffic flow and public transport usage to energy consumption and, yeah, even the cleanliness of public spaces. It's the Internet of Things, or IoT, applied to an entire country. This big data is then analyzed using artificial intelligence to make the city run more efficiently. For example, traffic lights can be adjusted dynamically to ease congestion. Public transport schedules can be optimized based on real-time passenger loads. They're developing autonomous vehicles, digital health services, and cashless payment systems that are, honestly, becoming the norm. While there are, of course, debates about data privacy, the goal is to create a seamless, responsive, and predictive urban environment. It's a glimpse into the future of what all major cities could one day become. In Singapore, food is not just sustenance, it's a national obsession, a unifying passion, and a source of immense pride. The question, "Have you eaten?" is as common a greeting as "How are you?" The country is, honestly, a food paradise, offering a dizzying array of culinary delights that reflect its multicultural soul. The heart of Singapore's food scene is the Hawker Centre. These are large, open-air food courts where dozens of individual stalls, often run by the same family for generations, sell a specific perfected dish for just a few dollars. It's where you find the best and most authentic food. You can feast on Chinese Hainanese chicken rice, Malay satay, Indian roti prata, and Peranakan laksa, all in one place. The diversity is staggering, and the quality is so high that some hawker stalls have even been awarded Michelin stars, making it the cheapest Michelin-starred meal in the world. The Hawker Centre is the great equalizer in Singaporean society. It's where people from all walks of life, from construction workers to CEOs, come together to share a table and their love for good food. It's the soul of the city on a plate. When you have a country that is such a vibrant mix of cultures, it's only natural that this diversity is reflected in its people. And let's be frank, Singapore is known for its beautiful women whose features tell the story of the nation's multicultural heritage. It's not one single look, but a stunning spectrum of beauty. You see women with Chinese features, Malay features, Indian features, and Eurasian features, and very often, a beautiful blend of all of the above. It's a living, breathing testament to generations of cultural intermingling. This diversity is more than just skin deep. It's reflected in their style, their confidence, and their global outlook. Shaped by a world-class education system and a society that values capability and ambition, Singaporean women are often multilingual, highly educated, and successful in their own right. They embody the modern, cosmopolitan spirit of the nation itself. The beauty you see on the streets of Singapore is a physical manifestation of the country's greatest strength, its ability to harmonize diverse elements into a beautiful and unique whole. For all its reputation for being orderly and buttoned up, Singapore has a wild side that comes alive after dark. This is a city that knows how to have a good time. When the offices empty out, the entertainment districts light up, offering a vibrant and diverse nightlife scene that caters to every taste. From the bustling bars and pubs along the Singapore River at Clarke Quay and Boat Quay to the chic, sophisticated rooftop bars perched atop skyscrapers offering breathtaking views, there's no shortage of places to unwind. The clubbing scene is world-class, attracting top international DJs to mega clubs like Zouk. But it's not all about loud parties. You can also find cool hidden speakeasies, live music venues playing everything from jazz to indie rock, and a thriving art scene with late-night gallery openings and performances. Whether you want to dance until dawn, sip a bespoke cocktail with a view, or just enjoy a casual beer with friends by the water, Singapore's nightlife proves that this efficient city-state also has a serious sense of fun. In most places, an airport is, well, a place of stress. It's a necessary evil you have to endure to get where you actually want to go. But in Singapore, the airport is a destination in itself. Changi Airport is consistently voted the best airport in the world, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. It's less of a transport hub and more of a five-star resort that just happens to have planes. We're talking about an airport with a rooftop swimming pool, a butterfly garden, multiple movie theaters, and even a 4-story slide. It's kind of like an adult playground. And then there's the Jewel. This is a massive nature-themed entertainment and retail complex inside the airport, connecting 3 terminals. Its centerpiece is the Rain Vortex, the world's tallest indoor waterfall, a stunning 40-meter cascade of water surrounded by a lush, terraced forest garden. You can actually spend a whole day at Changi and not get bored. It's a statement piece, the first and last impression visitors have of Singapore, and it perfectly encapsulates the country's ethos: efficient, beautiful, and relentlessly innovative. For a nation made up of immigrants from all corners of Asia, Singapore has forged an incredibly strong and cohesive national identity in a very short time. There is an immense sense of pride in being Singaporean, a pride in what their small nation, often called the Little Red Dot, has managed to achieve against all odds. This national spirit is never more visible than on National Day on August 9th. The entire country erupts in a sea of red and white, the colors of the national flag. The annual National Day Parade is a massive spectacle of military precision, multicultural performances, and patriotic songs that every Singaporean knows by heart. People hang flags from their HDB windows, and the feeling of unity is honestly electric. This shared identity is built on common values, meritocracy, multiculturalism, and a forward-looking pragmatism. It's a collective belief in the Singapore story, the narrative of progress from a third-world nation to a first-world one that binds the people together and fuels their drive to keep building a better future. Singapore is a country that is never satisfied with the status quo. It is constantly looking to the future, planning not just for the next 5 or 10 years, but for the next 50 or even 100. Being future-ready is honestly a national obsession. You can really see it in their massive investments in research and development, in everything from biotech to artificial intelligence. They are positioning themselves to be leaders in the industries that will shape the 21st century. It's a country built and run by strategic planners. This forward-thinking vision is also deeply tied to sustainability. They know their island is vulnerable to climate change and rising sea levels, so they are pioneering solutions in coastal protection, renewable energy, and green building technology. Projects like the forest town in Tenga are being designed from the ground up to be sustainable and car-light, with centralized cooling and automated waste collection. Singapore's story is far from over. They are actively writing the next chapter, aiming to create a nation that is not just prosperous and innovative, but also resilient and sustainable for generations to come. And there you have it, 20 mind-blowing facts about Singapore. We've journeyed from the sky-high gardens to the underwater tunnels, from the bustling hawker centers to the quiet hum of a high-tech lab. It's a place that shows us what's possible when a nation prioritizes vision, innovation, and unity. It's a country that's a city, a garden that's a metropolis, and a melting pot that has created its own unique flavor. It's a story that is as inspiring as it is impressive, a real-life example of turning limitations into strengths. From its lush green spaces and technological innovations, to its rich cultural mosaic and stunning women, Singapore is truly a marvel of modern urban development and cultural harmony. It's a compact, well-oiled machine with a surprisingly big heart, and an even bigger ambition. It's a reminder that the size of your country doesn't determine the size of your impact on the world. Singapore may be a tiny red dot on the map, but it casts a very large shadow, showing others a potential path forward in a complex, globalized world. I hope this glimpse into Singapore inspires you to learn more about this incredible nation, or maybe even visit and see the Merlion, the super trees, and the world's best airport for yourself. There is always more to discover, more to learn, and more to be amazed by. Thank you for your attention, and may your curiosity about the world continue to grow.